My question being, how do you, because I guess everybody has their own style of dealing with objections and doing sales. How do you deal with objections on a sales call? For example, I don't have enough money, or
Yep.
I'm just not sure if now's the time. Like, I've received so many objections, and sometimes I'll get through them, and sometimes it just takes like more time than others. And
Sure.
and some people are just like flat out like, yeah, this is like too much money.
Yeah. So I never discount that because people say my courses are too expensive. So it is what it is in some cases. Okay. I deal with objections the same way any salesperson would. Better the strategy call, better the questions. That's fine.
Yeah.
But easiest way to overcome objections, create better social media, because that should do all the heavy lifting for you. Social media is key, whether you call it ads, organic, without it, that would be like not doing a strategy call before somebody shows up for a session. You're going to have to deal with, can I be hypnotized? Am I going to be stuck in this? All of that stuff should have been filtered out before they even got to that session.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've seen so many, I've heard so many objections, and luckily, like the program I'm in, he really helps like break down how to deal with them. But again, just when you're in the moment, and sometimes you get caught up, sometimes you get stuck, but that does make sense, right? Like the more context they have going into the strategy call, the less of an objection they're going to have when it comes down to, okay, we're ready to do the payment. What's up? What's your credit card number?
Yep.
So, and another question. So are you charging everything before the session?
Yeah, you're going to take payment at the end of the strategy call.
Yeah. I mean, for example, like some people will be like, oh, well, I can only put, if my program is 3,500, which that's not going to be a program anymore. I would give them like flexible payment options, obviously, because we're doing per session. But since we're not doing per session, we're charging for the result. What if they say, oh, I have like 500 now, and then well, I'm imagining, how much can you put down today, for example, hypothetical scenario. How much money do you have to put down today? And they say 500. All right, perfect. We'll do 500. And then before that first session, we'll do the next 1,000 or the next 500, let's say, before we active again.
Yeah. I only do a 2 split. Once you start getting into 3, 4s, it gets really, really difficult. So how I work it is, if my cost is $2,000, you're going to put $1,200 down now, which is more than half because I'm running a risk. But I can't book you in tomorrow because you're on a payment plan. The next time I can get you is 7 days from now, but we do have to have that last payment. Then if you can't, I can't help you. So I'm trying to get all that payment, because otherwise you're going to spend half your time chasing after clients for money.
Yeah. I actually had a call where this guy just felt so pressured. And I remember telling him, I'm like, hey, look, you don't have to feel pressured about anything. We went through all of his objections, and I was like, look, we'll do something. And this is where I think I might have messed up. I was like, look, you can put down $500 a day. If tomorrow you wake up and you don't want to do this, I'll give you the money back.
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
And that's exactly what happened. He gave me the money, and I was like, okay, I got the 500. I was like, and I'm literally there watching my bank account. I'm just like, it's not going to be here tomorrow. He wakes up 9 o'clock and he's like, hey man, like I want the money. I'm just like,
man, that's as bad as people saying you can quit smoking for $1,500, but you have lifetime guarantee. Don't say that shit. Because not only is there too many variables, but people will find reasons to come back to you in 15 years. Say, hey, Kaz, remember me? Go, I'm not even a therapist anymore. Who the fuck are you? Okay.
And so we're not doing guarantees, are we?
No, the only guarantee is, and you say this in the contract, it's not I can get you a result. It's I'll work with you until we get that. And I'll give you every human thing possible that I know. But at the end of the day, it's still up to you. And here's what happens, Austin, for everybody else. The higher the price, the less of those tire kicker clients you're going to attract, which are, what are the guarantees? How do I know this is going to work? For those who've been doing ACH for a long time, getting those ACH clients, don't you just find they've got no objections whatsoever? They just want fucking help. Everything else doesn't matter to them. But if you're dealing with objections, you can have the slickest sales line. You can have the best script, all this stuff. The script I'm going to give you is nothing special. It can be a generic script you come up with yourself. Okay. But when your social media does all the heavy lifting for you, a lot of the times clients just want to get on a call and say, hey, I've got no questions. I just wasn't sure. Can I pay with Stripe instead of PayPal? What a good strategy call.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? My coach, he really emphasized the fact that, you know, you don't really have to do social media, but his social media, he posts videos like 2 or 3 times every day. I'm just like,
I'm telling you,
I'm just
watch what
scratching
they
my head. I'm
do,
just
not
like,
what people say. They lie to you. Okay. You got to watch this shit, man. It's like when a mentor will say, all you need is mindset, but they use social media to sell that mindset course, but they tell you don't need it. Man, just everyone start looking at things objectively and logically.
yeah. I think that's a big red flag right now.
Yeah.
People are just like you, for example, mindset is a very dangerous word in and of itself.
Yep.
And even subconscious is a very dangerous word in and of itself because it has so many implications. And so change your mindset, and then you'll make $100 million with like 6 figures or 7 figures. All you got to do is change your mindset.
That's what Tony Robbins says, but he spends close to $50 million a year on ads, but it's all about mindset. Got to do that.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Thank you, Scott.
All right, everyone cool so far? So I'm finished talking. Okay. What I want to do now, guys, I'm going to go through worksheet and worksheet. We've got a lot. You have access to all these things. There's really no order to this. We'll do the script sort of last. You have access to that. What I want to do first is let's create a demarcation between how much work you think you're doing in your business or your life to achieve any goal, how much you think you're doing compared to what you're actually doing. Because I can guarantee